Repat Diaries.
How you guys doing today?
So today we wanted to make a video about being back in the States, and for those of you who follow our journey, you know that we are now back in America, and we've been here since Christmas Day. We got back on Christmas Day.
Yes, I had to bring Myra back home to the Big Easy, you guys. So we're back in New Orleans, and we're enjoying family, which is the reason why we came back. So we wanted to tell you guys Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
And we hope that you're having a great start to your New Year's of 2018, because we absolutely are.
Right.
We have a lot of big things that we're working on currently. We're working on our book, y'all.
Yeah.
We got our book in the works. I think we knocked out a couple of chapters, so we're very excited about that.
Yeah.
What else are we working on?
Oh, well, we can't tell them everything.
No. Oh, we
Pace yourself.
But you need to tell them about the trip.
Oh, that's right. So we are planning a trip to Zanzibar this year, and we're gonna keep you guys posted about that. But we want to do it like collectively as a group.
Yes.
So family, singles, like we open to who's ever interested.
Whoever wants to come travel with the Parks Clan.
Yes.
So.
And also, despite what a lot of you may think, we do not hate Africa. As you can see, we love Africa, and we will continue to travel Africa and visit African countries, especially the ones that we have not been to yet.
Yes.
And broadcast to the world how amazing Africa is, especially for traveling.
Exactly. So, with that being said, we are here today to talk to you guys about what we actually did this past year. We actually picked up, sold all our stuff, and moved off to Africa.
Right.
Or at least that was the plan.
They know that, don't they?
But that was the plan.
Yeah, that was the plan.
So we're here today to tell you some of the things that we actually think we should have done differently before we made that move.
Yeah.
And we hope that you guys take these things into consideration. So we have 3 things that we think that you probably would want to think about. At least we're thinking about those things now that we have went to Africa and made our way back.
Because hindsight is 2020.
Exactly.
And we're human.
And we make mistakes. So
we make mistakes.
Hopefully it's to help you guys. So number 1, we should have researched more than one location.
Yeah.
We had Ghana on our mind, and that's where we wanted to move after one visit.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to put it out there, maybe we should have not only visited more, we should also look at other locations.
That's
just to
right.
make sure that, you know, Ghana was where we wanted to be, and if not, we would have had a backup, a plan B.
Right. So, I mean, essentially we end up doing that anyways, because after we left Ghana, obviously you can see we traveled to several other countries that we had interest in. So we still did our recon work, but we did it on the back end when we should have did it on the front end, and you know, whatever. It's all good. But I would say that you should probably look into several different countries. You should do extended stays in several different countries, and it should be over a period of time. So we know that now.
Yes, and it helps when you do that recon work up front and you think about different locations, because you can kind of transition yourself a little bit better. You can build the relationships that we were lacking when we decided to move around and ultimately landed in Rwanda. We didn't have those type of relationships that we had in Ghana, which would have made the transition a lot easier.
That's right. Our second mistake, which is now a lesson learned, was when we left with a substantial amount of money. And we figured, okay, once we get settled, we'll set up a business, we'll start making income, we'll be fine. Now, when we decided we were going to start traveling the continent, we were not thinking, okay, maybe we need to be creating passive income until we settle and actually get a business up and running. So what we didn't do is we did not establish a secured business that was separate from the business that we were going to establish in Africa, that would give us more of a cushion while we got our business set up in Africa. So that was mistake number 2.
Yeah, so I mean, we could have looked at something that would have been more online, or something that was independent of our location. Maybe, you know, had an investment property back in the States or somewhere else. Maybe had an actual business where we were selling products that we didn't necessarily have to be there in order for it to be selling, or whatever the case may be. But looking back, like Mara said, hindsight, that's one thing that we think we should have done differently, so we wouldn't have had to spend all of our money trying to get a business started we would have had some actual income coming in, and that always makes your transition a lot easier, because you're not going to Africa and picking up a job.
And the good thing about, you know, us coming back when we did, we realized that, we recognized that early in the game. So we actually left Africa with all of the money that we were going to use to actually invest in a business on the continent. So we actually came back also with a substantial amount of money. So, you know, if we didn't want to wait until we was like, oh Lord, what we gonna do? You know, and then we couldn't even like buy plane tickets to come back home. So it worked out, but it didn't.
So we don't want you guys out there thinking that the parts came back broke. That we got scammed out of our money and ran back home.
No scamming, no scamming.
No,
we need to, like, everybody ain't going to Africa to get scammed. People gotta stop that.
Hey, just realize people will scam you right here in the US of A.
Thank you.
That's not only something that happens in Africa, it happens all over the world.
That it does.
But we didn't get that that didn't happen to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. So when we first left to go to Africa, we were in this mindset where we were going to seek out a missing part of our life. We felt like we had a void. For us, it was a lack of community, and we didn't feel like the black community in America was going to help us fill that void. So we went to Africa looking for some type of acceptance, some type of community, some type of village.
Validation.
Some type of validation.
Yeah,
and
that was a big one.
That was a big issue. And it wasn't an issue saying that we went there begging people to accept us and we were not accepted. Obviously, you have to take time to cultivate those relationships. But we went there and we became more self-aware about who we are as people, who we are as Black Americans, and
and who we are as, like, descendants of Africans. Like,
exactly. We learned so much over this year that we realized that we didn't have to necessarily be in Africa to actually be African, if that makes sense. So we came back with a renewed sense of pride in, you know, African American culture, our family, and things of that nature that we kind of took for granted when we were actually here. This year it was more about self-awareness, and that's one thing I want you guys to take away. If you go to Africa, don't go in search of, am I going to be accepted? Because we don't know where we come from exactly, and you can find yourself really hurt and really your self-esteem going down the drain if you go back looking to be accepted. Yeah,
and the reality too is that as we travel this year, there's obviously, you know, all you guys are watching, there's so many people that are invested in our family story, and we didn't realize that most of those people, if not all of those people, are right here in America. And a lot of people that we've connected with are people we are currently now building with, and those people are right here in the States, and they Black.
Exactly.
So, you know, I think a lot of times we're running away from something, thinking we're running to something, and the thing that you're running away from, I guess in a sense, is actually what you need.
Exactly.
There are a lot of us here who are ready to do the work that needs to be done to progress our people, you know, to really build our communities. And we don't have to go searching for that. You know what I'm saying? You just got to really surround yourself with the right type of people. Even if it's a very small circle, dude, they out there. They right here. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
We figured that out along the way.
And you just got to have it's a change in the mindset.
That's right.
And it's a self-awareness and a self-esteem that you get or you need to have before you go there. So we're not saying don't go to Africa. We're not saying don't move to Africa. We're just saying you might want to learn from some of the mistakes we made, and there were plenty more that we probably could talk about, but we're gonna just leave it at 3 for right now. And we thank you guys, you know, obviously for following us.
That's right.
Continue to follow us, because we're going to produce some things that we think you might be interested in. We're gonna try to speak some life into you guys, change our community. We're gonna try to do a lot of different things, but we need your support. We're asking for your support, and we ask that you continue to follow us.
That's right. So, Happy New Year once again. We hope that you're enjoying your friends and your family and your loved ones. And I just hope that everyone is planning to live intentional lives in 2018.
Be great, people.
Be great.
We love you guys.
We love you.
Take care.